Assalamualaikum everyone. In today's video we are going to discuss another important chapter, and this topic is about the simple lipids. In the previous lecture we have discussed the short introduction about the lipid, that what is the definition, what is the occurrence, what is the composition, what are the properties, what are the occurrence, and what are the nature of lipids. And at the last we have classified lipids on the base of chemical classification, on the base of biological classification, and at the last we have classified lipids on the base of their saponification. So now in this lecture we are going to discuss the classification of lipid, and the first classification of lipid is on the base of chemical composition, so chemical reaction. So on the base of chemical reaction, the lipid is composed of three types. First is the simple lipid, derived lipid, and compound lipid. So in this lecture we are going to cover simple lipids. Okay, so let's start the lecture. So I have requested to you, if you have not subscribed to my channel, then go and first click the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the notification of all the videos which I have uploaded. So now let's start the lecture. So first we are going to define that what are the simple lipids. So simple lipids are actually the fat esters of fatty acids with alcohol. Actually how your lipid is going to produce three fatty acids molecules combined with the three alcohols, and in the presence of catalyst and in the presence of temperature, specific catalyst and temperature is used, and then your esters bonds are formed and release the water. So therefore we call them esters of fatty acids, because these fatty acids join up with alcohol. These fatty acids join up with alcohol and they are making ester linkage in them. Okay, so R1 and R1 are the alkyl chain with different length or saturation degree. So R could be any alkyl group. Okay, so now we discuss how this reaction is going to occur. Actually what is going to happen, this bond is going to break. Okay, this hydrogen is break, and this hydrogen goes with this OH and going to form your what, water. And this R group, okay, this is going to attach with this O group and going to make your what, esters bonds. Now we discuss what are the types of your simple lipids. So your simple lipid is going to classify into the two types. First is the triacyl glycerol. Triacyl glycerol is on the base of their alcohol, on the base of their alcohol. So this division is on the, sorry for the bad writing, so on the base of what, type of alcohol. So the type of alcohol is going to classify what the alcohol is it. So in the case of triacyl glycerol, as its name indicate, in this compound alcohol is what, glycerol. Okay, but in the case of your wax, in wax you have alcohol other than glycerol, means in the wax all the alcohols could be present except your glycerol. So now these triacylglycerol are further divided into your oils and your fats. Okay, so this is the simple and basic classification of your lipid. Now we are going to move in the detail of this classification. So first we are going to discuss triacylglycerol. Okay, so these are the ester of three similar or different fatty acid with glycerol. Okay, so what is going to happen, it is composed of three molecules. If I made the simple structure of this compound, it would be like this. So what you have to do, I has also explain how to make the simple structure of this triacylglycerol. So first I am going to draw a glycerol structure. Okay, after you are learning, you will get the triacylglycerol. Actually this triacylglycerol composed of three components, the word tri, acyl, and glycerol. So to make this structure, first you have to consider the structure of this glycerol. So now I am moving and making the structure of glycerol. So your glycerol structure is like that. First you have to make CH2, move down, make another CH, okay, make down, and another make CH2, okay. Now we have to attach bonds with it. You have to attach what bond? OH group, okay, hydroxyl group with every group. So simple. So this is the structure of your glycerol, okay. Now I am moving to make monoacyl glycerol, okay. Our target is to make triacyl glycerol, but first we are going to make monoacyl glycerol. How it is going to make? Actually I am adding acyl group into your glycerol, okay. What is the acyl group? Actually acyl group is this. I am drawing what? Acyl group. So this is the acyl group. So now you have to add three acyl groups into your glycerol to make three triacyl glycerol. So these acyl glycerol. So first we are going to make monoacyl glycerol. How I am making it? Monoacyl glycerol structure is that first you have to make glycerol, okay. So the structure of glycerol is going to be like this: CH2. See, now I am drawing the H on the left side, and a CH2, okay. Now you have to add up what? OH group. So O and O. Now I am drawing OH group, okay, as I have written here. This is the structure of glycerol, but I have to add up what? Acyl group into it. How I am going to add up? I am going to add up like this. Sorry, this is the double bond oxygen and this is the R group. So this is your acyl group, okay, and it is going to add up in your glycerol. So how they are going to add up? By releasing water. So in that way your glycerol is formed. Now I am making diacyl glycerol, okay. I am removing this hydrogen, okay. I am and now I am going to add up the second acyl group, and I am adding here, okay. As you can see, this is the diacyl glycerol. Now I am going to make what? Triacyl glycerol. I am making another acyl group and add up here. So this is the structure of your triacyl glycerol. As here you can see it, this one acyl group here, one acyl group is here, and one acyl group is here. So this is the triacyl glycerol. So I think the concept of triglycerol is understandable for you. Now we have discussed that triacyl glycerol is further composed of two things, but is fat and oil, okay. So the one thing I have made clear for you is the structure of your fat or your lipid. So what is the structure of your lipid? Actually your glycerol and the acyl residue, how they move. So if you consider this is the glycerol molecule having CH2 or OH group in it. So this is what your glycerol. Now the three acyl groups is going to attach with it. So consider this is the acyl group 1, this is the acyl group 2, and this is the acyl group 3. So they are rotating on your glycerol group. For example, they are rotating in this direction, okay. So this group is also rotating like this is also rotating like this. So they are going to rotate on your CC double bond, okay. So this is called as van der Waals model of triacyl glycerol, okay. So they are going to rotation, so they have van der Waals forces in them, so therefore it is called as van der Waals model, okay. Now we are going to discuss what are the oils, and then we discuss what are the fats. So let's start. First is the oil. Fixed oil are naturally occurring, most occur from the plant region. We have discussed the source of lipid from the plant. For example, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and castor oil, olive oil. All of these oils are obtained from the plant. So mostly the plant, you get oil is from the plant. And the non-volatile compounds, they are chemically glycerides with the three fatty acids, means that they are triacyl glycerols, they are saying that. And commonly unsaturated fatty acid promotion is high. So in the oils, what is going to happen, you have high unsaturated fatty acid. Unsaturated fatty acid means, I am indicated unsaturated fatty acid with UFA, unsaturated fatty acid. So unsaturated fatty acid means they contain double or they contain triple bonds in them. Okay, maybe double or maybe triple, but in the case of fats or lipids, mostly double bond is present. Okay, so now you can see here below the structure of your oil, you can see this component. I have drawn this component for you. So this is why triacylglycerol. Now with the triacylglycerol, we see that the lipid is composed of glycerol, okay, with a glycerol backbone and tail of fatty acids. So this is the tail of acetate which I am circling it. So this is the tail and three tails, and these three tails are going to rotate up. They are going to rotate like this. It is going to rotate like this. It is going to rotate like this. Okay, so you can see the presence of double bond here. So it is indicated that this is the unsaturated or this is the saturated fatty acid. But whole, if you can see this structure, so this is unsaturated because it composed of three double bonds in it. Okay, now we see some examples of oils. I have also explained to you castor oil and peanut oil, cottonseed oil, almond oil, olive oil, sunflower oil, corn oil, coconut oil, mustard oil, seam oil, soybean oil. So all of these oils are fatty acid or fat or lipid in nature. So next thing is the importance of these oils. Okay, so you can see castor oil as the lubricating agent. You can use in your hairs also. Almond and castor oil are purgative. They can also act as a illuminative and ointment basis. Okay, so they are also used to make ointments, and ointments are used to treat various infections and infected areas. At the last, various oils are used as a vehicle of in the injections. These oils are also used. They also act as a solvent. They also use in the soap formation. For example, peanut oil is going to make up. Nutritionally they are very important. Inflammatory disease को भी treat कर रहे हैं, और lubrification में mustard oil है. So they are very important, not for your hairs, not for your body. They are also important for various other role in the pharmaceutical industry. So now we are going to discuss what is the fat. Okay, we have discussed oil, that it composed of unsaturation. Now the fatty fats are the ester of glycerol with the tri fatty acid. This is the same thing as the oil, but which may be same or different or contain the high portion of saturated fatty acids, mean they contain only single bonded fatty acid, no double or triple bonds. Okay, so you can see this is the again the part of your glycerol, and these are, as I have explained. So this is simple structure of your fatty acids, and they are going to just rotate like that, van der Waal model. Okay, just the difference between oil and fat is this, that the oil is composed of unsaturated fatty acids, while your fats are composed of saturated fatty acids. So the role of, if we discuss the role of fats, so they provide you insulation, and they also store the energy in your body for the long period of time. Now there is a short difference between the oil and the fats. So the oil is liquid at your room temperature. You can see, if you have see the oily appearance, if you see the castor oil, coconut oil and various oil, so you see they are liquid at the room temperature. But if you are going to see the fat, it is going to be solid. Okay, solid like appearance. and the oils contain more unsaturated glyceraldehydes in them, while the fats contain saturated glyceraldehyde. And the examples are also given, for example, glyceryl ocaleate and glyceryl stearate. So you can also give the example of oxalate ऑक्सलेट की भी एग्जांपल देते हैं, इसमें स्टीरिक एसिड की भी एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं. सो दे हैव ऑक्सलेट हैज़ डबल bond in them, while the stearic acids have single bond in them. So at the last we have waxes. So waxes is the type of your triacylglycerol, simple lipids, and they are composed of another other than alcohol group of glycerol. Mean they have no glycerol in them. So glycerol they are also ester of long chain from carbon 14 to carbon 36. So they have very long chains. They contain saturated as well as unsaturated. Okay, so there is no specification that they contain only saturated or unsaturated. They contain both saturated as well as unsaturated, means they can contain single bonded and doubly bonded fatty acid chains with the long chain of monohydroxy alcohols, and they are plastic near the ambient temperature and melt over the above the 45 degree to give the low viscosity liquids. So one thing you have to remember, they have high molecular weight monohydric alcohol. Monohydric alcohols mean they have alcohols containing only one OH group. Okay, for example, if you give the example of it, so methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, so they have only one hydroxy group in it, no two hydroxy groups. Okay, so the example of two hydroxy alcohol is this, which I am going to draw. Okay, so it has alcohols, but if you see the structure of glycerol, so it is going to contain three hydroxy group, so therefore it is not going to take part in this reaction, and only this is going to this is trihydroxy alcohol. So we need monohydroxy alcohol, but second thing is that it should be very high molecular. Okay, so we need what, we need very high molecular weight alcohol with only one hydroxy group. Okay, and alcohol is other than glycerol, or examples of some fats are given below. For example, lanolinic, bee wax, and whale sperm oil. So these are the some example of wax, but lanolin, beeswax, and whale sperm oil, so they are acting as wax. So there are some types of wax and the classification of wax. So some waxes are from plants, some waxes are from what animals, and some are from minerals. So on the base of their source, we are going to classify them. Okay, so plant, animal, and minerals. So some waxes are also obtained from minerals. So examples of plant waxes is given as jojoba oil. Okay, this is a oil and it is really beneficial for the hair length, and carnabula wax. Animal wax includes bee wax, as I have given the example, and spermaceti. Minerals waxes are mont wax and peat wax. So these are some classification of your waxes. Now at the last there is the importance of them. So they are going to use as a storage fuel for some of your microorganism. They also protect your hair and your skin. So waxes give the full covering of epidermis layer, also prevent the loss of water, also protect plants from parasites. Making a car in waxes, and choose of the polyps is also vaccine nature, so also they make from it. They also soft arrangement hard in the coating of tablets. In cosmetic they also use in the production of lip balms, lip gloss, and various types of moisturizers also contain wax in them. So it is really important for us. So at the last we discuss the difference between the wax and the fat. Okay, this is not the difference between fat and oil. First we see the difference between fat or oil. Now we are going to see the difference between them. So the first difference is that fatty acids are the ester of glycerol. They have alcohol glycerol in them, while the fats has long chain of alkanes, ester, polyalcohol, hydroxy group of primary alcohols and the fatty acids. So alcohol is other than glycerol. So they lack triacyl glycerol, ester and glycerin, and three fatty acids. They don't contain three fatty acids in them. They just contain a monohydroxy alcohol, and they contain what high molecular alcohol, or they may be saturated or unsaturated. Okay, so it can be unsaturated or saturated, but fat always contains saturated fatty acids more in them. So at the last you will give the examples of fats and waxes. Okay, so this was all about the today's lecture. I hope that you will get the concept of simple lipids, and if you find this video helpful, then like it, subscribe my channel, and also share it with your friend and it with your family. So thank you very much once again for watching this video and for loving my content and for giving me respect. Thanks again, and thank you so much. Make yourself proud, make your parents proud. मिलेंगे अगले लेक्चर में, तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़।